All right, welcome everyone to AI Accelerator Week, Sharpen Your AI Edge. I'm Chris Nordenson, Manager of Community at House Call Pro, and I'm a big fan of AI and the trades. And I'm so excited that today is finally here.
Hey y'all, I'm Chris Weldon, community lead here at House Call Pro. I'm also pumped for what our pros are doing with AI and so glad you're all here joining us today. Please, as you're getting in here, I see a bunch of you doing so already. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I am joining from the Bay Area today. I'm excited to get this started.
Yeah, and I'm joining from Tucson, Arizona. It's a great day today. Thanks everyone for taking time to be with us today during what hopefully is a great kickoff to your busy season. And this week is all about helping you sharpen your AI edge. We brought together pros who are using AI in their businesses every single day with tools inside and out of House Call Pro to speed up tasks, remove the busy work, and grow their businesses. Whatever you take away this week, our goal is that you leave with real ideas that you can actually use. And here's how the week is going to break down. Today, we're talking about getting more jobs. This covers how to make sure leads can find you, reach out, and never slip through the cracks. On Tuesday, we're going to be covering managing operations. This includes the systems and automations that take repetitive admin off your plate and help your whole team run more consistently. On Wednesday, we're going to dig into making more money. This is all about what happens after the job is done and how AI can make sure you're collecting payments, earning reviews, and keeping customers coming back. And then on Thursday, we're going to get into reporting and some advanced workflows. That's about turning the data that's already sitting in your House Call Pro account into something you can actually act on. And on Friday, we're going to be hosting an AI office hours. This is an open discussion format with our pro AI experts where you can listen along or even jump into the discussion if you want. So make sure to bring your questions then and we'll answer them live.
Man, that's a great lineup. I'm super pumped for this week. And pros, no matter where you're at in your AI journey, whether you're brand new to all of this, you're just getting started, you're trying to learn, or you're already building out your own workflows, this week is really for you. It's for all levels. You're going to see pros using different tools to solve similar problems, and that's completely intentional. AI is personal. So watch what resonates with you, take notes on what feels relevant to your business, and really let this week be your starting point for what to try next.
Okay, here's how these sessions are going to work. Our incredible pro community submitted recordings of their favorite AI workflows, and we selected some of our favorites to share with you throughout this week. These are real business owners that are walking you through exactly what they do inside their own tools.
Yeah, and we also brought in members of the House Call Pro team, so product managers and AI leads, to give you a closer look at what's available inside House Call Pro and share some of the tools we love. Between each session, we'll be here live to keep things moving. So, pros, remember, drop your questions in the chat as we go. Our team is monitoring, and we're excited to see all of your questions and give you answers. And another note, we will be sharing all these recordings with you at the end of the week so you can revisit anything at any time.
Okay, let's get started. Today's theme is get more jobs. Everything you're going to see today is about that critical window when a lead shows up and making sure that you never let one slip. Here's your lineup. Sunny, our group product manager here at House Call Pro, is going to kick us off with a keynote. He's going to set the stage for why speed and responsiveness have permanently changed the game in home services. Then William Hardwick, who's been running his cleaning business in California for more than 30 years, is going to show you how he uses Microsoft Copilot to turn his real marketing data into a clear, specific strategy. After William, Vern Crawford, the owner of Flow Logic Automation, is going to show you how to use Claude to surface the warm leads that are already sitting in your House Call Pro account. Those customers who reached out but never booked. After Vern, Garrett Froman from our House Call Pro product team is going to show you what CSR AI does when a customer calls and nobody's available to answer. And we'll close out today with a bonus AI tip from Alex Cullen on making your business look polished and professional from the very first impression. Now, before we dive in, what do you pros most want to learn this week? Drop that into the chat and make sure to leave any questions or comments throughout this session. We'll be answering, and then during our Friday AI office hour sessions, we're going to focus on some of our favorite questions or workflows that you're using. Okay, Sonny, you're up. Why don't you get us started?
Thanks, Chris. Thanks all. Well, thanks everyone for joining. I'm Sunny, and I'm a group product manager here at House Call Pro. And I'm really excited and also very humbled to be the one kicking us off for the AI Accelerator Week. Today, we're going to focus on a core pillar of your business, getting more jobs. The homeowner searching for a pro today is getting answers before they ever make a call. AI is shaping who they reach out to before you get a chance to compete. When they do reach out, they expect an instant response on whatever channel they used, and the bar for responsive has permanently moved higher. Every touch point around the job, the first response, the confirmation, the follow-up, the review ask, is now as important to winning and keeping a customer as the work itself. AI doesn't change what makes a great home service business. It just makes sure all the work that happens around the job happens consistently, every time without depending on someone being available or remembering to do it. The pros moving on this now aren't doing it because they love technology. They're doing it because their customers already moved and they'd rather be ready than playing catch up. The customer side of this has already shifted, and you've probably felt it even if you haven't been able to name it. The question is what actually changed to make all of this possible and why it's moving so fast right now. If you recall, ChatGPT launched in November of 2022 and crossed a new frontier. Suddenly, anyone could use AI in plain English, no technical background needed. What followed was an explosion of purpose-built tools for specific industries, and home services was one of those that was first targeted and benefited. This industry in particular is moving faster than people realize. The most impactful tools in AI today are supporting home service businesses like yours. The market is large, underserved, and the ROI is real. Home service businesses are the earliest AI adopters in any industry right now. Not behind, but ahead. What this means in practice for those that are ahead. AI is answering those calls after hours and scheduling the job for the best availability and the best truck route, all while the whole team is eating dinner at home with their families. Their text voice notes become a structured, polished invoice before he's back in the truck. And they're sending out hyper-personalized review requests for every job to increase the review count. This isn't a trend that peaks and levels off. The businesses building even one automated system with AI will have a compounding advantage. A year from now, the gap between those businesses and the ones that waited will be visible and real. So let's talk about today's workflow and why lead intake is one of the best places to plug in AI. Lead intake is high stakes, time sensitive, and almost entirely repetitive. A perfect opportunity to build an AI workflow around. Every lead needs the same things: fast response, right questions, clear next step. The problem: it only happens consistently when someone's available. But intake also doesn't just start at the phone call. It starts earlier. Can the customer find you? Does your presence online give them the confidence to reach out? Studies consistently show the first business to respond and schedule the booking wins the job the majority of the time. Not the best price, not the most reviews, the fastest response. The gaps are predictable. A call at 8 p.m. with no answer means the lead moves on. A weekend booking request sits until Monday. Chat inquiries get buried. None of these are failures of effort. They're failures of coverage. And AI can help solve coverage with a consistent system that responds every time, regardless of who's available. Here's what actually shifted across the whole intake flow, not just the phone. Google is already using AI to shop on behalf of homeowners, calling businesses to compare pricing and availability. The businesses that are findable and responsive win the comparison. The ones that aren't get left out. Multi-channel capture. Customers reach out on more channels than ever. Phone, text, chat widget, online booking, Google, Angie, Nextdoor, Thumbtack, you name it. AI makes it possible to cover all of them at once so no lead gets dropped. AI voice and chat tools have gotten genuinely good, natural sounding, context aware, and capable of qualifying and booking without a human in the loop. A lead that comes in at 3 p.m. on a Sunday doesn't slip because nobody was available. With deep context of your business, AI represents your business accurately and reliably, providing leads with the info and attention they're looking for. Here's what's important to understand about what you'll see today and what we're building toward. Housecall Pro is the connective tissue of the context AI needs, not the only tool. Your job data, customer history, schedule, and bookings are the foundation everything else connects to. Marketing AI builds strategy execution measured by one outcome, generating net new customers. Our CSR AI handles communication across calls, website chats, and lead forms, so jobs get booked while you focus on the job at hand. The goal isn't more features. It's a business where the intake process runs itself, so the team focuses on the job already booked. What you'll see today is William using Copilot to analyze his market and sharpen his strategy. Vern using Claude and the Housecall Pro API to surface warm leads automatically, and Garrett showing what the native CSR AI does when a call comes in. This week isn't about a feature roadmap of Housecall Pro. It's about what's working in the field right now. The intake layer of your business is where leads either become jobs or disappear. The pros you're about to hear from have already built systems that make sure every lead gets handled consistently at the right moment, regardless of how busy the day is. That's the shift, and you're going to see exactly how they did it. Enjoy the day learning how AI can help you win more jobs.
Okay, thanks, Sunny, for kicking us off. Pros, Sunny just painted a really clear picture of what's shifted. Customers are moving faster, they're on more channels, and really the first business to respond wins most of the time. What he called failures of coverage, that call at 7 p.m., that weekend request that sits until Monday, those are exactly the gaps that today's workflows are built to close. Up first here is William Hardwick. He's been running A1 cleaning service for more than 30 years, and he'll show you how to use Microsoft Copilot to take your real competitor data and search rankings and turn them into a specific marketing action plan. Let's take a look at what he's doing.
Welcome to the AI Bootcamp Week. My name is William Hardwick, and I'm the owner of A1 Cleaning Service based in Eureka, California. I've been in business for over 30 years, and over that time, I've used a lot of different software to run and grow my company. Like many longtime business owners, whenever a new tool came out, I tried it. Over time, I realized something important. The problem wasn't a lack of tools. The problem was too many disconnected tools. The more software I added, the harder everything became to manage. What I really needed was consolidation. That shift started back in 2003 when I got my first business server. Then came the cloud, and then later came collaboration such as Microsoft Yammer and then eventually Microsoft Teams. And now the next evolution is AI. When I talk about AI today, I'm talking about Microsoft Copilot. You may use Microsoft Gemini, you may be using Claude, you may be using Grok, or another form of an AI, but I'm going to be talking about Copilot today. It's not a flashy tool, but as an AI, this sits inside my system, and this system already knows my business. Like I said, I've had data all going back all the way to 2003. So because it's connected to our files and conversations and daily workflows, it understands our business context instead of starting from scratch. My goal starting in 2026 is very clear: to be top of mind locally in Humboldt County and to rank above our competitors, not only in Google search, but also in AI-driven search and discovery. So today I'm going to show you how I use this setup to support social media content and improve our local visibility. This is not a theory. This is a real workflow run live. Before I do the real work here, I always start with a new Copilot conversation. So let me get Copilot up. So this is my Copilot, and I've had many, many conversations with this Copilot over the last, I would say, year and a half. So it is really learning how to respond to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell Copilot what we're working on. So I'm going to tell Copilot that I'm going to be working with another piece of software called Vista Social. Now let's look at Vista Social first. I'm going to go over to our Vista Social. Now this is the dashboard of Vista Social. And what Vista Social does, it connects all my social media from Facebook, LinkedIn, my Google business profile, YouTube, X, TikTok, Pinterest, Reddit, and also Instagram. So these are prior posts and everything like that. But I'm going to run down to my reports right now, and I'm going to get to my reporting. And what I want to do in my reporting, which is super powerful, it looks at all my profiles on the internet, all A1 Cleaning Services profiles, and it will give me a wrap up, a little internal AI. That's going to give me all kinds of information. But however, what it is this is social, is got limited knowledge of my company. But back in Copilot, here in Copilot, in the background of Copilot, it has a marketing strategy that I set up back in 2026, and I wrote up and I programmed it in the background with a program called Microsoft Loop, which is pretty much notes. And I gave it an idea of what my marketing profile is. So I could just ask it at any time, like for instance, I don't want to get too distracted here, but I'm going to go, what is my marketing strategy for 2026? So it's going to kind of review this and remind me what my marketing strategy is. So we'll just pause right here for a moment. And here we go. Core objective, North Star, become top of mind, most trusted cleaning company in Humboldt County for both residential and commercial clients, and be highly visible in Google, AI search tools, Copilot, ChatGPT, Bing, and social platforms through real local proof. So this was written up back in, I modified it back in February 9th. So we got here, it gets really in depth in that. We're not going to go all through that, but it also has a plan where I'm focusing each month what my social marketing is going to be focusing on. So let's go back to Vista Social. So Vista Social is here, and I want to know how I'm doing in all of these other platforms. Am I raising up in LinkedIn and such and that? So, but the main thing is I want to know what my competition's doing, and this is where the real power is. So I'm going to go to in my reports right here, and I'm going to go competitor analysis. And here is, I have all my competitors listed. I got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4. What is that? 1, 2, 3 competitors here. And this one competitor, and this is what really put a fire under my social marketing campaigns, was I noticed this rising star here called Above All Cleaning Service. They are just a specifically made service in here. So they got 3,000 followers already. I only have 1,000 followers. So in Vista Social, I can see how often they're posting, what they're posting, what their hashtags, what their audience growth is, what type of posts that they're doing. But the main thing is that I'm getting more engagement than them. So that's really, if I post less than them, but I'm getting more engagement, that means my content is more um, engaging. So, and then I could see all the posts that my clientele or my competitors are doing and my posts and see how many times that they're doing. So what does this all mean? So what I can do is go all the way down here and I can grab all of this content, and I'm going to use my AI that knows me right now. And I'm going to grab all of this, and I'm going to grab all this information, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it into my Copilot and see what my Copilot has to say about it. Hey, check out what is going on with our posts and competitors, and give me what you find and suggest some new posts. All right. So, oh, geez, my spelling's bad, but that's what's great about AI. You don't have to worry about your spelling. I'm going to post all of that in there, and let's go. Let's see what happens here. Scroll all the way down. Right to here. Key findings. Okay, your posting volume is strong, but story posts win. A1 and above all are posting the most. Okay. Above all consistently gets higher engagement per post. Oh, okay. The difference is not the quality of cleaning, it's emotional. Community framing. What's winning for competitors? Founder stories, hiring posts, community shout outs, police department, cities served, team spotlights. These beat pure before and after posts and engagement. Hiring and team content performs best across the board. Oh, okay. Wow. That's interesting. Over hashtags is not helping competitors. Okay, so that's good. The best performing posts. Your top posts: equipment process close up, stainless steel, pressure washing. So, anyways, so this is giving me a lot of information about my posts. Post one, hiring caption: we're growing and looking for reliable, detail oriented um, cleaners to help. Okay, so this is a hiring post. What to post next? Ready to use ideas. Follow up your call text rule. Use a1clean.net, exactly 4 hashtags, include clean talk. So that's pretty good. So, hey, a hiring post. Post two, team appreciation competes with above all. Caption: real people, real work, real pride. So there's authority posts. Do some authority posts. Do some community shout outs. Post five. So it's already laid out a campaign for me. Post six, vacancy, move out, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah. So I'm going to go suggest ways to improve our social media engagement. So you could see that I'm getting some really good ideas here. Shift. So I'm going to shift my campaigns from what we did, why it matters, before and after. Instead of before and after bathroom cleans, do this. Before, the bathroom turnover had a heavy hard water buildup. These are details property managers look for. So the next tenant walks into the space that feels new, not rushed. Why it works. It helps viewers feel the outcome. Post more people and trust content. Learn harder, lean harder into your 30-year advantage. So it's just giving me a whole bunch of information here about what I should be posting. So that's really cool. So I've been using that for the last 3 months and that for my campaigns, and this is how I keep improving it. But I want to show you something else that's really neat here. Um, is this thing called Bright Local. Bright Local is a paid service, a monthly paid service, but it takes a look at your rankings on Google. And so right now with Google, I am, these are my Google top review sites: Google, Facebook, Yahoo, and Yelp, and my ranking score. But what's really interesting here is the rank tracker. Now, rank tracker tells me that what I'm ranking for what keywords. And I started using this just a little while ago. And let me see, this thing is um, aggregating. Okay, cool. Here's all the keywords that I'm ranking for locally right now. Restaurant hood cleaning, I'm #1 ranking on both organic desktops and organic mobile. Hood cleaning, gutter cleaning, maid services. Right now, I'm #3, and that. So all of this information is just overwhelming. So what I do with that information when I find that information is I take it and I'm going to go down to my rankings, and I could export this. Let me go to the top, and we're going to go actions. We're going to um, download as a PDF. I'm going to download this. It's working as a PDF. I'm going to take this. Won't take long. And then once it gets downloaded, I'm going to drop this PDF into Copilot and then go, hey, how's my rankings? What are we doing? What can we do to improve here? So come on. There we go. So I'm going to take this right here that's downloaded. I'm going to put it into Copilot. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to go to my upload images and files. I'm going to go to my downloads, grab that file. I'm going to put it in here and go, how's my rankings? What should we do this week about my rankings? And now this is all on the fly. So let's see what it says. What does Copilot say? And Slapshot. How your rankings look right now. Plain English. Big picture. You're winning locally. Average Google position 8.3. Google local pack coverage 62%. Okay. Your strongest areas: hood cleaning, cleaning service, commercial cleaning, yada yada yada. Where you can still win more. Current position: high interest, seasonal, carpet cleaning, Eureka. What we should do this week, very specific. This week's targets: carpet cleaning, Eureka, and window washing. Why? You're already top 7. Seasonal demand is now. Yes, we're in spring. So website: one surgical improvement, not a redesign. Add one short local proof section near the top, serving Eureka and Humboldt County for over 30 years. So it's telling me what I should do. Create a blog post over this. Google business profile. This moves local pack. So anyways, we could really drill into what all of this means, but I just really wanted to demo to you how to use the tool for your marketing. So I'm going to ask it this week, what have we done? What have we done this week for our marketing? Because I've been working with this so much this week, I even forget what I've done all this week. We're in Friday now, so I'm going to ask it to remind me what we have done all week related to marketing. So it's thinking. Factual recap. This week, I've worked on my Google Ads. I did some social media analysis. I did some content planning. What did not happen? No confirmed social post published this week. No logged Google business profile posts. No reviews. Bottom line, honest scorecard completed. Ranking review, competitive analysis, strategy adjustments, and content direction. So anyways, you could hire a social media marketer for you and an SEO guy, or you can do this yourself. This is really targeted for a business owner that doesn't want to spend money on a social media marketer or manager or ranking manager or web page manager. I do this on the side for other business services and that, but this is not to do a sales pitch. But I just wanted to give you an insight how you can use an AI to help with your marketing. So you guys have fun and good success for this spring and summer, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks so much, William. I definitely agree. I think we're all looking for saving money, and if you can replace a social media or a marketer, that's a good step. Thanks for sharing with us. Okay, bro. So William just showed us what it looks like when your marketing stops being a guessing game by pulling his computer data from Vista Social and his search rankings from Bright Local and feeding them into Microsoft Copilot. He gets a specific weekly plan, what to post, where to improve, who to focus on. That's how you stay findable when leads are looking. Now we're going to go from that to finding, to re-engaging the leads that are already in your database. Vern Crawford, owner of Flow Logic Automation, uses Claude connected directly to the House Call Pro API to service customers who reached out but never converted and hand you a ready-to-call list without a single spreadsheet. Let's take a look.
Welcome to AI Bootcamp Week. The team asked me to share a couple of workflows that I use on a daily or weekly basis, connecting AI to House Call Pro. There's three different popular topics that come up a lot, at least in the Facebook group, the House Call Pros Facebook group. And those three topics would be how to evaluate or how to use AI to work in your operations, how to streamline operations. Another one that comes up is how do we capitalize on anyone in the database that's top of funnel that hasn't become a full customer yet. The longer that you use the system, the more data that you put in there, there's going to be opportunities, and how do we extract that information? And then another one is how do we evaluate the company or our performance holistically? How do we look at key KPIs that help us make the decisions and determine the directions that we want to go with the company? So I've got here, I've got Claude Desktop pulled up, and I've already started a new chat. And the only thing I've done so far in this chat is I've told Claude how to connect to the House Call Pro account. And what it's doing is it's going to use a bridge. You can think of it in your mind as a bridge called an MCP, a Model Context Protocol. And all that is it's the set of instructions that you'll see people talking about in the Facebook group, the API connections. Each connection point inside the API documentation is called an endpoint. And so the MCP, what that does is it compiles all of the API endpoints, but it also includes instructions so that when an AI, like Claude here, is trying to connect to the data or try to pull information from House Call Pro, the MCP has the instructions of here's what to look for, here's when to use this tool versus this tool, and other information like that. So it makes it a lot easier for the AI to successfully do what you want it to do. And it also makes it so that it's more repeatable. What you'll run into when you try to do things manually through just a single API connection is you have to maintain that context. You have to stay in that chat. And then that starts to run, you'll start to run into problems the more API connections you try to use in a single chat. You'll start to confuse the AI. At least that's been my experience. So let's start off with Claude here. And one of the great things about using Claude as a connection point, or even using Codex, if you have an open AI subscription, this would work in there too, is we can actually use the microphone. So and if you're not super savvy with the keyboard, it's a great option to really get the speed out of what you're trying to do with your AI. So let's take a look here. Let's ask Claude some good questions. So if we wanted to, just off the top of my head, if I wanted to say, to Claude, give me a list of all of our missed opportunities so far this year. Any customers that didn't book with us, or customers that we've only visited once, or customers that canceled. Maybe they're still warm leads. Maybe there's still an opportunity to visit them. At least a phone call is warranted to make sure that we're not missing out on opportunities. So let's ask Claude to tally that for us, and then it's going to redact everything because we're doing a demo, but it'll at least demonstrate what we're trying to do here. For the purposes of our demo today, can you please look at the customer list and compile a list for us of any customers created in 2026 that have either not had any jobs completed, or that have only had one job completed with no revenue against it. And because this is a demo, please redact any phone numbers and please shorten any addresses for privacy purposes. All right. So it's going to pull the customer list sorted by creation date, filtering for 2026 customers. So it's only going to stop once it's past January 2026. So it's able to do that because the MCP server gives it the instructions of how to do that. So it's even going to skip the March customer list because it already has that information. It already pulled that. So it can just take January and February and put those together. Awesome. So this would be the phone call list that you would focus on, you'd prioritize. You'd want to call these customers. If you have CSRs, you'd want to assign them to call these people. This is your warm leads, and it's completely generated by AI. You don't have to spend your time exporting CSVs, applying tags, and trying to figure it out yourself. This is going to take both tables, the customer table and the jobs table, put those two together and say, okay, which customers fit my criteria list, and it's just going to give you the list of customers that you wanted. You could include tags in this too if you wanted to. If I told Claude to only look at customers with such and such tag, or make sure to exclude customers with such and such tag, like for example, let's say you've done a good job tagging all of your membership customers, you would tell Claude to exclude them because maybe you haven't visited them yet this year. So technically, we still want to visit them this year, but we haven't visited them this year yet. So we want to exclude them from this warm leads list because they're not really there. All right, I've hit my message limit, so it's time to upgrade. But in the meantime, we do have here's what the list would look like with Claude. And of course, the full list would have phone numbers, addresses, everything pulled. It's even giving me the customer tag. It's telling me that none of these have had jobs. These are all customers created with no jobs on them. And now we've reached the list of customers that have had one job with no revenue. So these are all opportunities to follow up. And yeah.
It's amazing stuff, Vern. Thank you so much for walking us through that. I'm personally just addicted to Claude. It's been keeping me up till 3 a.m. pretty much every night. So start playing around with it, pros, if you haven't yet. Okay, Vern just showed us how connecting Claude to the House Call Pro API can turn a database of thousands of customers into a prioritized call list in just minutes. Those are warm leads that would have just kept sitting there, and now they're right at the top of your to-do list. That's getting more jobs without spending a single dollar on new marketing. Okay, let's move on from focusing on re-engaging leads you already have, and now take a look at never losing the leads that are actually coming in. Garrett Froman from our House Call Pro product team is going to walk you through what CSR AI does when a customer calls and nobody picks up. Let's take a look at what he's got.
Hey, my name's Garrett. I am a product manager here at House Call Pro, and I'm driving product development for CSR AI. We're gonna just do a quick demo here where I'm gonna act as a customer calling CSR so we can showcase its capabilities. Give them a call now. See, it's ringing.
Thanks for calling HCA AI Tech. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm just having an issue where my AC is broken, I think. I'm not getting any cool air.
Just to make sure, am I speaking with Garrett?
Yeah, that's me.
Thanks, Garrett. I thought you pulled up. We can help with that. The right service is no cooling, which includes a technician visit to diagnose and repair. And the diagnostic is $20 before any repairs. Is it no cooling at all or just not enough cooling?
It's not cooling at all. I don't have any cool air coming out.
Okay, let me check the soonest opening. The first available appointment is today at 8 o'clock in the evening with a 30-minute arrival window. Would you like to book that?
Sure, yeah, that works.
What's the full service address for where the technician should go?
It is 4260 Wincoop Street in Denver, Colorado.
Perfect, Garrett. You're all set. I have you booked for the no cooling service today at 8 o'clock in the evening with a 30-minute arrival window at 4260 Wincoop Street, Denver, Colorado 80216. Is there anything else I can help with?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. And that was it. Thank you. Now we're just going to take a look at CSR from your perspective. So let's say you came in Monday morning, you had a couple calls come in over the weekend that you weren't able to take, or maybe you took them overnight, and someone gave a call asking for, we're going to go to communications calls CSR AI, and I see here I had a caller, Garrett Froman. Looks like they're an existing customer and a job is scheduled. So let's take a deeper look here. Seems like here's the summary. It looks like their AC isn't working. We booked a diagnostic repair appointment for today at 8 p.m. at this address. Great. If I wanted to even look at more detail, I can. I can just see the transcription and I can see the entire call between CSR and the customer. Now, if I want to, I can do some testing on my own. So if I go to team, AI team, CSR AI, I have the option to test CSR AI, And I can test this with a variety of different permissions and customizations. So I can give pricing guidance. I can choose what type of voice we want, if there's any background noise, and then some scripts. So do we want to change our greeting script? Do we want to change our closing script? Maybe if someone asks for a human, we can redirect them in a certain way. And so we have a bunch of different options that we can do. We're also connected to our knowledge base. So CSR fundamentally understands what our company is, what we do, our name, address, etc., our service area, what services we may give, as well as booking settings and customer intake FAQ. And we can work with all of these customizations with a bunch of permissions that we can give as well. So do we want CSR to book jobs? Do we not just want it to take notes? That's okay too. Maybe we just wanted to reschedule and cancel appointments. That's fine. This is all within your control, as well as escalating in case the customer may want to ask for a human on the other line. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Garrett. I'm just always so impressed with CSR AI and what we get to do today as pros and meeting your customers. Okay, Garrett just showed us what it looks like when no lead gets left behind. CSR AI answers the call, it books the job, it logs everything, and you can see the full transcript and the booked appointment right in your own account. That's a lead that would have gone to the next name on the list, and now it's booked on your schedule. Okay, to close out day one, Alex Cullen has a bonus AI tip that ties directly into getting more jobs. Before a lead ever calls you, they're already judging your brand. And Alex is going to show you how Brand Studio, a tool built right here at House Call Pro using Claude, lets you visualize and build out a polished brand assets. These are logos, truck wraps, uniforms in just minutes. There's no designer needed. Now let's take a look at what he has for us.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex from the Business Coaching Department here at House Call Pro, and I'm excited to introduce you to Brand Studio by House Call Pro. This is the first look. You are the distinguished guest to get to see the first look of our Brand Studio that we've been building out, and we have built this out as an artifact using Claude. So everything you're seeing here is something that's possible through the magic of Claude. And what we're going to be talking about today is branding and the power of branding, right? Now, one thing I want to call out is that, you may be a pro and you may be flush with leads. The phone might be ringing off the hook, but maybe you're having a hard time converting those leads into jobs on calendar or converting estimates to paying jobs. And one of the hidden kind of forces that's happening could be a gap on your brand assets. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Now, in front of you, we have two different images, right? So let's put your homeowner hat on for a second, and let's say that you have to book a plumber. Who would you pick, Pro A or Pro B? In 3, 2, 1, that's right. If you chose Pro B, you and 9 out of 10 homeowners agree that Pro B looks more professional. Now, the difference is they've both been in business the same amount of years, right? But Pro B comes off as more professional, and as a result, is more trustworthy, right? And trust is the number one factor that gets you booked and also, gets you the repeat referral business, which is incredible in the home service space, right? Now let's take a deeper dive and let's look at Pro B. What are these brand assets that they have that Pro A doesn't have? Well, number one, they have a clear consistency of the brand assets across the truck, the logo, the work uniform, right? We have the same color palettes, and that consistency, shows that this business is polished, right? And that builds trust. In addition, we have very powerful logo as well as easy to read truck wrap, and it's very polished. It's a professionally done truck wrap. We also have clean and polished work uniform, as well as smartphone or tablet instead of old school pen and paper clipboard, right? So this is just a couple of things to call out in terms of the brand assets and why 9 out of 10 customers are going to pick Pro B. Now, let's take a look at how this tool can benefit you. The first thing I wanted to call out is that we find that pros that have best-in-class brand assets tend to convert 2 to 3 times at a higher rate. So take whatever your current conversion rate is and think about how many more jobs, how many more dollars could I have if I booked 2 to 3x that. And here's one of the hidden forces that you can impact to increase your booking rate. Now let's take a look. This is a small little case study, and what we're looking at here is First Choice Mechanical. Now this pro actually was doing $350,000 in annual revenue. They did a complete rebrand, and within 2 years, or right around 2 years, they were able to increase to 2.5 million. So branding and rebranding and the effectiveness and the polish of your brand assets really matters. Now, I'm going to go through a sample example. I'm going to be Paul the Plumber, which is not my individual business, but that is a business that is close to where I'm at, just to show you what this tool can do for you. So I'm going to select plumbing. Then from there, I already have my logo preloaded, but all you would have to do is copy and paste your logo into the tool. And then it's going to quickly give you an assessment across the different factors. And this is all based on research that we've done. Then from there, you can go out to Gemini, ChatGPT, or Firefly. So this tool is AI agnostic. So whatever tool you're most comfortable with, all you got to do is copy the prompt, send it out to Gemini in this example, and then Gemini is going to come back with 4 different logo ideas. It's going to look something like this. And from here, I can pick which one do I want to go with. Now, I love all 4 of these ideas. In fact, I love this Paul the Plumber in the lower right. This makes me feel like the polish of a custom home builder, but actually I love the cleanliness and the conciseness of this logo in the upper left, so I'm going to use that one. Now, since I've selected that as my logo, I can now envision, okay, what is this new logo going to look like on our work uniforms? So I can copy and paste that prompt into Gemini, and that's going to show that to me. And then from there, I can say, okay, well, now let me envision what this new logo, this new brand asset looks like on my trucks as a truck wrap. So I can copy that prompt, paste it into Gemini, and that's going to give me that visualization. And then from there, the Brand Studio is going to give you a one-click download of all your brand assets using the new and improved logo and the new and improved brand that you want to go with. And then in addition to that, if you want to click and learn more about the 5 layers of brand that matter, you can take a look here. Now, what we covered in this demo was the first 2, which is strategy and visual identity. But we also cover verbal, experiential, and internal. We go deep in our Foundations Business Coaching Program, which is run by House Call Pro. So if you're interested in learning more, head over to the App Store and go ahead and raise your hand. Say, hey, I'd like to learn more. And we can help you really fill out the additional layers of your brand. And again, this was 100% built on Claude. So we hope you get value, and we hope that you're able to take your brand from wherever it's at today to supercharge it to get you more customers. Thank you so much. Thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you, Alex. So impressed with all of the workflows that our pros and our staff are using. Just great information. Just a quick answer to a lot of the questions. We will be sending out a recap of today's event and a recording of today's event. We're going to try and get that out to you later today, so you can rewatch and start using it as soon as possible. Okay, today was just all about getting more jobs, right? That window when a lead shows up and what you do with it. The thread running through each session here was the same: speed, consistency, coverage. The businesses that are winning leads right now aren't always using the cheapest or even the best reviewed. They're the ones who show up first every single time.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. William showed you how Microsoft Copilot can take your real marketing data, competitor social engagement, local search rankings, and turn it into a specific strategy. So no more guessing what to post or where to focus. Vern showed us that warm leads already in your database are worth just as much as the ones coming in. Claude and the House Call Pro API did the heavy lifting, servicing unconverted customers and building a call list in minutes. And then Garrett showed you all what HCP's CSR AI looks like in action, answering the call, booking the job, logging everything, even when nobody was there to pick it up. And then lastly, like you guys just saw, Alex closed us out with Brand Studio, showing you how pros with stronger brand assets book 2 to 3 times more jobs, and giving you a tool built on Claude to start closing that gap today. So every one of those workflows is something you can start exploring today. We'll have all the recordings at the end of this week, and we'll send out a recap as well today, so you can revisit anything as we go along. One last question we want to ask you all today. what's the one thing from today you're going to try this week? Drop your answer in the chat.
Yeah, really excited to see what you all are trying to do. And before we wrap up here today, here's what's available to help you keep the momentum going, right? You don't have to figure this one out alone. The House Call Pro community is where tens of thousands of pros are already talking about exactly what you heard today. We have multiple community groups with pros who are just like you. So go check out the House Call Pros, the Super Pros, and the Lady Pros Facebook groups. And if you're not already in there, go join today. Our team is going to drop some links in the chat. And the pros who shared their tips today, they're already in there. They're learning, they're growing, they're leveling up. So go share what you've tried, ask questions, and get real advice from people running businesses just like yours.
Yeah. In addition to our awesome community groups, don't forget about your other House Call Pro help tools. You've got Help AI right inside your House Call Pro account. You can ask it anything about a feature, workflow, or something specific to your account. It knows your business and it's there whenever you need it. We've also got our Help Center at help.housecallpro.com. It's another great resource. It has step-by-step guides and walkthroughs, videos for every HPP feature. So if you want to go deeper on anything you saw today, that's a great place to start. And then we've also got our business coaching in the My Apps section inside your House Call Pro account. Take a look. You can work with certified coaches who can help you take everything you learned this week and actually build it into your business. So pros, all these resources are here for you, and that's what makes being a House Call Pro customer different.
Now let's talk about what's coming up. Today was just day one. It's just the start of the week. We're going to do this all week long. And tomorrow is day two, manage operations. We're going from getting the job to running the business behind it, because honestly, pros, great work in the field doesn't matter if the operation around it is chaos. Roland Leitenberg, our Chief AI Officer and the co-founder of House Call Pro, is going to kick things off tomorrow with a keynote that will make you rethink how you look at every single process in your business. He's going to talk about why the best operators run on systems, not effort, and exactly how AI is what makes that possible at scale. It's going to be a good one. Then Anthony Suau is going to join, and he'll show you how he overhauled his House Call Pro tag system in just 15 minutes with Claude. Vern's going to come back with a live performance, a snapshot pulled straight from your House Call Pro data. Adam Lindquist will demo AI chat inside House Call Pro, and then Skylar Hoover is going to close this out with an email triage workflow that runs itself. And one more thing, if today sparked questions that you want answered in real time, Friday is our AI office hours. Come back this Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and bring your questions. We're going to have pros on hand who are already doing this, and they'll help you work through whatever you're still trying to figure out. So glad you all joined us today. Had a lot of fun. It's just the beginning. We're going to see you all tomorrow for day two, and hope you all have a great day, pros.